Nothing but net.
Nothing but net. Episode 50. We are here.
We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 50, half a century. We finally did it. Me and Dree. We apologize that we've been off the web for a while. You know what I'm saying? Life caught up to us. You know, Dree was doing this thing. I was doing my thing. But we back to make episode 50 happen. So to talk around the NBA, so first I want to talk about is the MNudoka situation, the Boston Celtics head coach. So a few weeks ago, reports came out saying that the Boston Celtics have dismissed Udoka for the 2022-2023 season over um over allegations of him sleeping with another employee behind in the Celtics organization. But also, Ime Udoka is married to famous actor Nia Long. So he kind of stirred the pot a little bit. Plus the woman that he was messing with has three children. So, but everything was consensual, all that. But Boston Celtics said, "Nah, we can't have this." So they suspended him for the whole season. They got Boston's interim head coach. I forgot what his name was, but he'll be taking over for the whole year. But the Boston Celtics will allow Udoka to pursue other head coaching jobs if he was to resign with the Celtics. So I mean, like for me, I mean, the one thing that I can say that it was consensual, but but I do understand why they suspended him because like most professional work settings wouldn't allow relationships because like you know how like she may be working like in the office or something like that and he's a head coach so maybe there can be a little bit of favoritism going on how like she may want a higher job and he can probably help her out because like he's the head coach so like he probably might put the word in or probably have some type of connections and that doesn't fly in in workplaces nowadays so like you can't use your professional setting to help another person out in in a job so Boston said we're not going to have that here so they pretty much suspended him the whole year so so yeah that sucks so like Udoka last year was one of the most prolific coaches last year like he took a Boston team who was struggling to get out of the conference finals because we all know every year Boston was in the conference finals, but they needed that one more move that can push them over the hump. So Boston finally went to the NBA finals, and they were one of the best defensive teams last year. So so we'll see how Boston's going to react to this season without him. So we'll see.
So do they know? So do they know like the other person that was involved with Udoka?
It was I think it was a female office worker, something like that. I don't know, like some a person that works like in the op like in like corporate or something like that. I don't know, but he was messing with her, so
So did she get any penalty or
nah, nah, just him.
damn?
Even though that it was consensual, but it's a professional workplace and you can't have a relationship within the professional workplace because like there can be some things that can happen so
Damn.
yeah.
That's isn't that kind of unfair? Like, cause Udoka he's penalized, but he's suspended for the year,
Mhm.
but the other person doesn't get any penalty getting penalized for her acting to it too because she took a part in that too.
I, I think the investigation is still pending so like we'll see more the outcome, but as of right now, Udoka is suspended for the whole season, which pretty much caught us all off guard. Like I thought that he would probably get get like a fine or something like that, but suspended for the whole freaking year. Like wow. But I mean, but like they're not gonna put up with the with that. But but I was shocked because like last year he was one of the best head coaches in the league. And Boston really turned their season around last year. So losing him is going to be a big thing. So
Yeah. So just know, like, if they somehow struggle in the beginning of the season, they're going to factor this situation in,
oh, of course,
reason why they're struggling.
sure,
So just be ready for it.
sure, for sure, sure, for sure. So yeah, but we'll see. But we'll see what the outcome is during the season. This topic's been going around a little bit. So the other day um it was on Wednesday. Draymond Green, you know, Jordan Poole got into it at practice. It was on Wednesday. It was a report saying that Green punched Poole in practice. Y'all know who knows why. And 2 days later, TMZ obtained footage because at first I didn't really I couldn't really picture Green punching the teammate, but when the footage came out and Green I was like, he really did punch him. So, um, yeah, and Poole folded like a chair. He folded like a chair. So, yeah, yeah, and also there's a report saying that Golden State is going to pursue legal action for whoever leaked that video. So, so I mean, even if they do pursue legal action, it's too late because the video's all over the world. So it's too late. So, um. But back to what I was saying, like, how does this affect Green and Poole going forward? Well, as of right now, Bob Myers said that this decision will be handled internally, and no suspension is likely. Um, which is probably what they want to do. So, I mean, uh, but how does this affect Green going forward? Where's the thing? Golden State straight up said we're not paying you we're not paying you a max contract. You're turning 32 years old. You haven't like every year you've been declining stat wise. Um, and we don't want to pay you $30 million a year just to put up the same stats every year. Like, yes, you're valuable to the team, but you got guys like Kaminga, Moody, Wiseman. These guys are coming for your spot because you see how they're playing. Golden State has great talent around them. Like their overall roster is just fantastic. Moses Moody, all those guys. So like Green's very valuable, but skill set wise, I think that he can be replaced. But if Golden State somehow loses Green, I think Golden State wouldn't be a bad team. They'll still be a great team, but they'll lose their heart and soul, which you like Green, of course, because Green's been there for all four championships. So but I think you can easily replace him because Kaminga can easily fit into his role perfectly. Moody, Wiseman, Looney, like you got guys that you can easily slide into that four spot to replace Green. But I mean, but to me, Green ain't gonna get no max contract. Honestly, if I had to choose between Poole or Green at this stage, like I mean, I'm gonna have to go with Poole because Poole's 9 years younger than Green. Poole had a breakout year, 18 points off the bench, and he was starting from when Steph Curry was covering during playoff time. And as much as I like Green as a player over the years, but I just think you really need to secure your future while they're playing well. So I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Golden State has really tough choices to make this next year, so we'll see.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, the situation that happened, and like you just said with Green, his thing with the contract. I think this situation with the contract that it can be resolved. Like you said, you don't think he deserves or he should get the max extension. I mean, I'm not gonna go that far because I don't, I don't speak
Right.
on other men's money, but I'm not gonna
He's
tell.
not gonna be making the same kind of money. Like I think he should probably work out like a 2-3 year deal. You know,
Yeah,
something like
I'm
that.
not gonna tell another man what he should get what what he shouldn't or should get paid. But like,
Right.
I think that, like, for example, like they do somehow win the championship this season. I think he can really take a pay cut, for the state, or he can or take less amount of money so he can stay there and probably continue to win championships.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I could kind of get a feeling that they might not want him back. If they do somehow lose this season, because of course you gotta make a decision. You want to keep Poole and Wiggins and all other stuff, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna probably take Poole and Wiggins over Green because Wiggins arguably was their second best player in the playoffs.
You saw how he locked up Tatum. Like, come on, like
Yeah, he played great defense. He made it tough for Tatum and everything. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna want him back. But and Poole too, because Poole was hooping like last season, bro. Like,
and we didn't and nobody saw this coming too. Like nobody saw this coming. Like arguably Poole should have won most improved player, but like John Morant won it, but kudos to the job. But Poole should have really won that award because like this dude came from the G League, like a year, literally. Poole came from the G League a year ago to now starting and won a chip. That's a great story to reward. But yeah, but for me, like if I had to choose between two guys, I'm gonna have to extend Wiggins and Poole. Like I'm like, because like they're young, they proved that they're valuable during playoff time and the finals too, because this is their first finals too. So yeah. But um and I was seeing some scenarios on how Green can end up to LA if he does opt out and doesn't get the deal that he wants. Like LA doesn't sound like a bad option. That's pretty much the only team I can really picture him other than Golden State is because of the relationship with he has LeBron and Green's also a clutch sport client too. So like he he's with Rich Paul and like Rich Paul can has connections and everything. You know how Rich Paul works. So um yeah, so hopefully Green can hopefully stay a Warrior for life, just like Clay and Steph. Hopefully, that'd be really impressive to see those three guys retire at the same time. So like that'd be kind of cool, but we'll see. Can't predict the future. So
yeah, but as far as the video, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I watched the video on YouTube because it was everywhere, like on YouTube. Like I think that shit was kind of staged a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, it looked kind of fake a little bit, but I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it. But let's just say if it is real, it could be some shit going on behind the
yeah,
scenes.
it
You never know what
that we don't know what's going on. Like just because you're a great team doesn't mean that it's all peaches and cream. You know what I'm saying? Like just like you said.
bro. You never know, man. You never know what's going on, bro. They could have planned that shit, but these are our NBA players. But anyway, but let's just say if this is real, I mean, it's kind of like the similar situation what happened with Michael Jordan and Steve Kerr.
And people are going back to that now. And you know how Steve Kerr was just talking like You know how like Michael was talking all that shit. All of a sudden, like even on that, there's no video of Michael punching Kerr, but like we can go by stories that it actually happened. You know that Michael cracked him in the face. So
Yeah. So like,
so,
I mean, it's kind of like the similar situation, just that, yeah, of course, Draymond Green is not on the same level as Michael Jordan and all that. But even though, to me, I think that Draymond Green is a Hall of Famer, and I think he will be. But if they're not planning on doing the suspension, that's pretty good because it happens. Teammates is going to get
uh,
into it, and it's going to be sometimes they're almost like it's going to
exactly.
almost come
Look
to
what happened when
this being.
Kobe and Shaq got into it. I remember when Kobe and Shaq got in the fight every practice, and nothing happened. You know, so
It just, I think the social media plays a part in it. So now, like I said,
just
people.
find Green. No, they just find Green. I mean, that's pocket change for Green. So like, if they find him no suspension, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Move on. So
But yeah, but it's crazy that all of a sudden, because from what I heard, this was a private situation that happened. But now all of a sudden, there is footage out of nowhere. There's footage
yeah,
that comes out
exactly. And
at, like,
that footage still got leaked. So
and guess who was the source was TMZ. I was like, TMZ is always the first motherfuckers that be there when something happens. So I'm like, that just weird to me. Maybe, like I said, maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but I could be tripping. But like people, because now people are saying, oh, he sucker punched Jordan Poole. It's not really no sucker punch because it's like, dude, I mean, you got in his face, Jordan pushed him, and then he hit him. So it's not really a sucker punch. It's kind of on Jordan Poole's fault because you should have had your hands up. Like,
right.
honestly, it was
He should have known
unexpected.
that. Like he should have known that once Green started walking towards him, you better get ready because like Green's here gonna run it and swing at you. So
Yeah, but yeah, that wasn't no sucker punch, man. People just trying to like justify that, but like, I mean, it's an unfortunate situation to happen. You know, if they do somehow lose in the season, they're gonna probably blame Draymond Green and say you cost them another ring because
it's kind of
remember,
like what the KD situation,
yeah,
when
you
Green
took
and KD got into it mid-season, like they used that narrative for the
you
rest of
took
the year talking about is KD gonna come back, you know what I'm saying? Like KD, you a bitch and all that stuff. And so you
they're
know,
gonna yeah
so
they
so
yeah
pretty much they use that narrative. They,
they're pretty much gonna blame the situation. They're gonna pretty much blame it on Draymond. They lose, so
yeah,
get ready. They lose, so they're gonna point the finger at Draymond. So he the scapegoat. So,
yeah, yeah.
but maybe,
Automatic scapegoat.
let me ask you this: do you think that sometimes that even though Draymond is passionate and he's gonna speak his mind, do you think he goes a little too far sometimes?
And that's a tough one, man, because because with the Katie situation, Katie said some words that shouldn't be said and all that, but um, man, that's in terms of going too far. No, because like other than the incidents with Katie and Poole, I mean, Green hasn't really done much to where like people are saying, "Oh, she's doing too much now." Like, why is he saying this and all that stuff?
No,
I just
the reason I asked because there's been some situations where you know all the way back to the playoffs in 2016 where he kicked Stephen A in the nuts, then he got into it with LeBron and got suspended, and then
right,
then in the playoffs he got ejected multiple times in this playoff
right,
situation with Jaylen Brown, and Grant
right,
Williams.
right,
Some people like that he goes a little bit too far sometimes,
right. I mean,
but I'm not
I
saying
mean,
that. I was just
at the same time, he's human. So like that's just being human. Like that's just who he is. He's human. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think there have been times when he's probably took it a little too far. At the same time, that's just who he is. Like he's human. Um, so yeah. Yeah, I just changed my mind. Yeah, I think he does take it a little too far, a little bit. Yeah, because there's times when he's gotten ejected for stupid stuff. Referees like arguing for the referees. I mean, when him and Bill got into it and all that stuff. So like there's yeah, yeah, I do agree. I think there's probably times when Green has probably cost the team something. So you know, but at the end of the day, he's a human being. So like we all make mistakes, so
Right.
we all take things a little too far sometimes. So,
But one thing too I want to talk about, like I wanted to ask you this
hmm
like you know how people like you when you're a kid you ask them like or even now you ask them like what's your goal in life? And what's the one thing that people will say, I want to have a lot of money. I want to be rich or I want to be this. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, I don't think I want to be rich. And here's why, because think about it, you got all that money and don't I wouldn't know what to do with any of that money besides, take care of the things that I need to take care of and, take care of me and my family or whatever. But it comes with a lot of problems.
he
First,
destroys families. Let's say that.
right, 100%. It's like, because first it's gonna be people that you probably haven't talked to in years or don't even know that will call your
Cousins calling your phone like, "Hey, what up, cuz?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me borrow 10 G's. You like, who is you? Like, this Malcolm, man. Like Malcolm, like, hey, I already talked to you in 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like it's like you like they gonna be asking, every time they got their hand out, which I don't mind helping people, but it's like, come on, you gotta do some stuff yourself. Like, come on. But and two, it's like, bro, like like me having all that money, I wouldn't even have a normal life anymore.
And here's the thing: when you get a lot of money, you become the yes man now. You become the yes man because like you know how when you get that money, like now you become the yes man now, and you see like these celebrities and these players now, and you see how they established like a 5-10 man crew. You know what I'm saying? Like with all their friends and all that stuff. Like, bro, like if I was to get a lot of money, like of course I'll have my circle of friends, but like not like 20 people deep. Like in my crew, like like you know what I'm saying? Here's the thing that kills me the most about rich people. Why are you paying somebody's rent? You're paying another grown man's rent.
Mm.
You're 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 23 and dude's 30 years old. Grown ass man, he can pay his own rent, but you're paying his rent for him because he's your friend. That's the right thing to do. So pretty much what you're allowing him is you're allowing him to freeload off you. So pretty much let's say that his money dries up. How you gonna pay his rent now? And when you can't pay his rent no more, he gonna turn against you.
Facts.
I remember watching a video. I remember Fat Joe. Fat Joe did an experiment one time. Fat Joe had a lot of friends, right? So Fat Joe said, I'm gonna tell my friends that I'm broke. I want to see how many people are still loyal to me if I tell them like, hey man, like my money dried up. And bro, like half his crew left him because he said that he went broke. Only like 5 people stayed with him because like they were true to Fat Joe. So pretty much money destroys families, friends, everything. Because once you say, I ain't got it no more, they're gonna say, okay, cool, bye.
Oh, yeah, one more thing before we wrap this up.
Yeah.
Earlier that we were talking about, that the cost of living is so high, like $50,000 is not no money, like really no money no more.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's
Ain't no
gonna,
money.
bro. I feel like it's gonna come to the point where 100,000 is not gonna be no money no more.
And that's the scary part too, because like half the people in this world are making over 6 figures. You know what I'm saying? So like and it's only going to get worse. Like, bro, look at gas in California. Then they're $10, bro. You mean tell me that if somebody gives you $10 for gas money in California, that's pretty much up the street, and then you got to gas, bro. Bro, it's I tell you, like, cost of living is just getting it's just getting outrageous. But is it surprising? No, because like it's a new world that we live in now. Like cost of living back then wasn't that expensive because because like technology wasn't advanced back then. Like we don't have the opportunities because we didn't have the opportunities back then that we have now. Like that's why things are so expensive now because of technology and stuff. It's just the evolution, which is normal. You know what I'm saying? So
But,
like
but I remember like back then, like, you know, previous generation, hell, when we was growing up, you know, early 2000s, things like that, that hell, 100,000 was like a million back then. Now, that shit is pretty much just nothing. Like $50,000 not nothing now. Like you can spend $50,000 probably in a week, if you be honest.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, exactly. And it may get to a point where like $500,000 is not even enough. Like,
yeah, bro, it might get to that, bro. It might, cause shit got so damn expensive. Like fucking, like I went to the store the other day, bro. You mean to tell me a bag of fucking chips is damn near $4 to $5, bro?
no,
Really?
I went at the corner store. I don't know if it still happens now, but like you remember two for $1. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
2 cents, like two for those small bags of chips going there two for $1. And I said now it's like you got the big bag of chips are like you got the bag like so like these been $1 back then and now they $3. Like I'm like what?
And it's like half of the shit is air, most of it is air, and then a little bit of chips then is air. Like,
bro, I hate that. I hate when you get a bag of chips. You open it up and you look down the bag like
I learned that years.
be
I'm
stingy, man.
like, what the fuck? Like, oh, great value, not great value, but the family value size don't even be that much. It be 60%
hair, like it be like half air, half chip.
60% air and 40% chip. I'm like, bro,
like how do you just finesse people out of this, bro? Like
all that for $4 to $5. Like, come on, bro. Like,
you
I
can't even
remember
fill up to the top.
exactly, bro. I remember fucking bottled water was like 70 some cents, bro, back then. Now it's $1. Now it's like $1 and something, bro.
Pay for water, like bro, just think about that. You got to pay for water, man. Pay for water, like this is like the world is mostly made up of water, but we got to pay for water. Like, don't that sound weird? You got to pay for water. Like when the world's made up of water, you got to pay for it, man.
This is why I'm glad I don't eat meat, because for you meat eaters out there, it's a lot, bro. It's expensive, bro. I know meat is expensive, bro.
You ain't gotta tell me, man.
Of course, you know, because my I got family members who eat meat. That's why I feel sorry for you guys. Hey, I don't eat meat, so I don't got to deal with those problems. So
Yeah. But because meat, you can't even get like a slab of ribs without $30 out your pocket for a slab, man. A slab from the stove, man.
like I eat crab legs, but you know, do you know a box of crab legs is like damn near $40, bro?
That's that's how like I'm like that's how seafood always been. Like seafood's always been expensive. Like crab and like lobster
Not,
and like oysters and
not
stuff.
$40, bro, because it used to be like what 20, 25. That's reasonable, you know, that's reasonable. But $40, bro, for a box is on like probably six crab legs and it's like, bro, like come on, bro, like that's not worth it, bro.
But crab,
The government know what they're doing, bro.
yeah,
Higher ups, they know what they're doing. Like it's called control. It's called control. Like that's what it is.
If you don't follow if you don't follow their agenda, they're gonna gonna take advantage of you. You know, so
Of course.
so,
That's why you gotta, it's why you gotta think for yourself, people. Think for yourself.
And don't let the government know your ideas because there's probably a couple people in the world that been taken out because ideas that shouldn't be expressed that should be kept to themselves.
Bro, listen, I know we probably gonna get in trouble for this, bro, but these platforms is part of that shit too, bro. Like the biggest platforms like Instagram, Twitch, fucking Twitter, like Facebook, Snapchat, hell, even YouTube, bro, is part of that shit, bro. They control the narrative, they control the whole agenda. If you don't follow it, they gon' take action. They're gonna take action. Yeah. So, but
stay to yourself, kings and queens.
It is what it is. Just know it's a lot of shady shit going on. I mean, think about it. We in the Matrix.
Yeah. Paradigm shift.
Yeah, of course.
All right, y'all. Episode 50. A Dream Jeremy episode. Hope y'all enjoy it. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, comment. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, all that stuff. But other than that, I'm Jeremy.
I'm Dree.
And we are out. See y'all next week.